ancestral homes. They have been living for 500 years, 400 years. So what I learned in that working abroad is, let us do something very small. Maybe during I would like to say during our lifetime, because I have seen several people just talking and talking, having grandiose plans, having a sports policy for 2007. I don't know whether people have read the sports policy for 2007. What happened to that policy? What is the policy of sports in other countries? And if there is a dispute between two football associations in Hyderabad, why people are not able to solve it? Who should solve that problem? Because in abroad you have sports dispute resolution centers. Why I am telling you this is, we need to learn lessons. That is, when there is a dispute between two associations, two individuals, between individual and a sport, there is a sports dispute resolution center. So in short, what I am trying to say is, as an individual and a group, take a small actionable point. Like for instance, I will give an example. I would like to donate 1,000 rupees to Sports Coaching Foundation to give some cricket kit to two boys. It's an actionable point, something you have done, and you feel happy that you have done. Probably do it on your birthday. Or you can do anything. Come and spend some time, some NGO trying to tell them, okay, you are doing everything, but can you do something for sports? And here is what I can do to help this cause, things like that. So here, coming back to my experience of doing something small. So the heavy winter was there and a lot of snow. It was minus 5 degrees thing. We are not used to it. But we get used as we time pass. Then I saw one
Dharma, Director of Physical Education of NIT Warangal. And my guru is here, Professor Chinnappa Reddy. I am the first PhD candidate under his guidance. As per my qualifications are concerned, I am MSc in Environmental Biology and MPhil also from Environmental Biology. From there I switched over for doing my BPhD and MPhil from YMCA Madras. I am a gold medalist from there. Then from PhD from Professor Chinnappa Reddy. My topic was on the impact of tobacco smoking on athletes. That was the first and even till date, if you can browse in the Google or Yahoo, you will not find much of the research has been done on that, even till date. And we have submitted that in the year 2006, when the WHO has coined the name as Sports and Media Free from Tobacco. And only within a short span of coaching, 3 years or 2 years of coaching, we will never be getting gold medal. There should be a lot of research has to go on. And so many factors like psychologists, physiologists, biochemists, and so on and so forth. So many medical professions has to get in to make an athlete. And with his research, we could able to coin norms for army people, coin norms for police personnel, and coin the norms for physical education fitness tests. A field or a pitch or a track. The athletes are coming, they are coming in a very long way, they strive hard, they shut out in the grounds, but at the time of marking, if you don't have a proper athletic track marking, they will lose the competition. And also, Sai Baba Garu, I want to tell you that very recently with the geotech engineering department, I have formulated an experimental turf wicket, principles and practice of turf wicket which too also I have presented in Glasgow International Conference, Pre-Olympic Scientific Convention. And with 15,000 rupees, I can trust assure that we can have a turf cricket. In my stadium, I led that, and we had a peace through cricket. I brought the Afghanistan team, and they also participated in my draw. And what I mean to say is, much of research has to go in this. Just like that, and coming, and Sai Baba is coming, and they are coaching, and some bureaucrats, they are coming forward, some technocrats, they are coming forward, and just have a fun and have a tournament, and just a few time, pleasure time they will use, and they just vanish. That is not we are thinking of. We want a healthy nation with a healthy sportsman, not just like that a sportsman who just ruin within a day or two. For that we need a lot of research, we need philanthropists, we need sports lovers, and as Murali sir told that we must have on 2020 vision. Yes, I request all the IPS officers who are really interested in sports and game, you form a group, and among them you contribute something, and you have different seminars, roundtable workshops, and try to adopt catch one small school, and you take good coaches and you coach them and feed them, so that some people will come. And you may ask what you have done. My dear friends, I have started an inter-NIT sports meet, and it was the first of its kind where 30 NITs are coming forward, and we have a calendar like inter-university tournament. And in the first year, as Sir can say, I have seen several programs with Sir, our great psychologist is here. I say that the people who are coming in NIT stream or IIT stream, I can openly say that they are psychological wrecks. I am very sorry to say. If they are having only 1 mark less, they even won't mind to commit suicide. They will go to that extent, and they will.
The 10th class, the intermediate, the degree, the PG, MPhil, PhD, and so on. Majority of us we have, because when you see the corporate schools and corporate colleges, we have plenty of people in India today who are academically really wonderful. But there is one more knowledge that is very, very important to all of us, which majority of us are missing. The second knowledge is known as life knowledge. We are missing it a lot. We are very good. I have seen people coming to me. I have seen ministers coming to me. I have seen top managing directors coming to me. They are all very good. But when it comes to the level of life, all of us, I must admit, all of us, we are failures. Now, what we think, we only believe in luck. Luck is not in your hands, but decision is in your hands. Your decision can make your luck, but luck cannot make your decision. So, always believe in yourself. This is exactly what we have to teach to the people right from their childhood. In fact, I got really motivated the other day in the United States of America when I was in Los Angeles. I met a gentleman, a 94-year-old Japanese guy. I purposely went to his house to meet him because I really wanted to see him, I wanted to talk to him. And this man, who is 94 years of age, he has climbed Mount Everest 1 year back. He is 94 years of age. And 1 year back, I went to Manasarovar, and it was a big problem for me to climb Manasarovar, which is comparatively which is a very small one. And what is great in this 94-year-old man climbing Mount Everest is, you may say, sir, he has got a training right from the young age, so he climbed. What is there? Now, this gentleman, he is blind, totally blind. He cannot see. He has to catch the stick of the Sherpa and walk. What is that? If he still has training to catch the stick and walk, anybody can do it. and this gentleman, he doesn't have 2 legs. He has to have the rods, the sticks, and then he has to walk. A 94-year-old man, not having 2 legs, not having 2 eyes, having the determination to climb Mount Everest, it was really amazing, and I really felt very proud to meet a person of his caliber. What I want to express here is, we are all missing one very, very important aspect which we have to, as parents and teachers, teach to the students. Now, there are great teachers here, there are great parents here, but somewhere I think we are all failing to make India reach the Vision 2020. I met Dr. Abdul Kalam recently. He had another vision, which we call it as a Lead India vision, where we want to see that all the government schools, to start with Andhra Pradesh, where we go teach the students, the 10th class, the intermediate first year and the intermediate second year, totally free of cost, where we are teaching them as to how they can control their minds. The problem is, youngsters, if we can catch them at that age, they can achieve anything what they want to achieve. Catch the students at a very young age, because what I have seen as a psychologist is, I have seen people, especially the children, they are very ready to learn. In case we can teach them the right thing, they are very ready to learn. But unfortunately, we are teaching them the wrong things. Like, I remember the example where there was a very famous archer, and he, wherever he used to go and practice, he was 80% successful. Archery, when they put take the arrow and bow, it has to just go and hit the bullseye. The bullseye is that there are some paints, the red paint, the black paint, the yellow paint. It has to go and hit the middle one line. And this man was about 80% very, very famous, because he is 80% successful in his archery. So one day when he was going to the other city, he saw on the road, outside the city, he saw many trees along the road, and on every tree there was a bullseye, that colors, and there was an arrow exactly in between. And he counted the trees, and there were 100 trees exactly. So this man is 80% successful, and he saw 100 trees, 100 those bullseye, and the arrow exactly hitting the bullseye, and he was thinking, oh, who is this great man who is 100% perfect? So I want to meet him. So he went and met that gentleman who hit the 100 arrows, and he asked him, sir, I am 80% successful, so I want your help, sir. I also want to become 100% successful like you. And that man said, sir, it is possible in 2 minutes. And this man was surprised. I thought I have to practice for years, and you say it is possible in 2 minutes? How is it possible? Then the person said, it is very, very easy. First of all, you hit the arrow to the tree, and then go and put the paint. So it becomes very easy for us to hit the bullseye. That's exactly what we are teaching to the students today. And if you can really go ahead and then, instead of talking, if we can put something in acting, I'm very positive that we are going to be number 1. Out of the total population of India, there are only 6 medals that we got. I must say it is only 5 medals, because the 6th medal it got in a different way. Only 5 medals. And if we can really be serious and go and teach the students, coach the students, the great teachers are here, I'm very positive that India can become number 1 by 2020. I thank Sai Baba for giving this excellent opportunity.
We can distinctly find there is a certain amount of genetic degradation of the Indians. Of course, I may be raising a controversial point, but I try to justify my presentation by saying that you just take the best species of a plant and continuously, generation after generation, you deprive it to the level of survival. The genetic quality of that particular species is likely to go down under normal circumstances. Likewise, when almost 30 generations of Indians have suffered deprivation, degradation, and poverty and other things, the genetic component has gone down because, of course, the physical activity is dependent upon the cardiovascular respiratory system fundamentally. When the cardiovascular respiratory endurance system is basically affected, everything will be affected. Not only the sports, but also the general life pattern, the living conditions and other things. For example, it is well known that the average vital capacity, that is the breath an individual takes in one breath, is around 1800 to 2000 cc among Indians, whereas the average is anywhere beyond 3000 even among getting medals. Medals are being got by those Africans or those African athletes from those countries around the Kilimanjaro area. The climate, the other things, they are much like European things because it is almost cool throughout the year. Whereas India, our energies are well, malnourishment and other things. This is the second thing. Compared to many other countries, the average Indian's food is substandard. Substandard in the terms of the quality of the food, the nutritional value of the food, and the volume of the food. Well, there are almost 20% of the creamy-layered people in India who are enjoying nice food. But whereas 80% of the population are not having that nutritious food, leading to undernutrition and malnutrition, which is one of the basic requirements for anybody to lead healthy life. Forget about the advanced sports and their participation. And then, well, we have certain psychological barriers. When I talk about these psychological barriers, what I mean to say is that the moment we see a white-skinned person or a black-skinned person or a yellow-skinned person, we somehow become humble in front of them. We just feel like say good morning or he may be a very commoner in his country, but whereas when he comes to India as a visitor and part of a delegation or something, we just do a red carpet thing to that kind of a people. And then, why I mentioned this thing is, I have had interaction with some national athletes in shooting and other things by virtue of my working in Central University of Hyderabad area. And then people said, the moment I compete with the other people, I have self-doubt about doing well. Well, where from this element of self-doubt comes? That comes from the mind of the individual. He surrenders between a white man or a black man or a yellow man before he starts his shooting and other things. That is one of the reasons. Once I start playing of medals and other things, we just sporadically sports person, they start practicing in their places. Then few have the privilege of entering into sports academies and other things. Out of them, very few have the zeal, enthusiasm, commitment, devotion, dedication to reach the higher levels of performance. Whereas, what people talk very easily is that China is the world champion. Let us think about how China has become world champion. China was under communism, is under communism or communistic philosophy over the last almost a century. And there, the government can dictate any term to anybody. Finding out that selections for 1996 Olympics are taking place in swimming. 1977, 1996, that is what the selection they were making. Do we have
and wonderful audience? और सबसे पहले तो मैं आदाब बोलूँगा मेरे बहुत ही अच्छे दोस्त देव साहब जो यहाँ पर हैं. I have been a sportsman and I have done a lot of studies overseas. I have also headed many sports associations in my 25-26 years of career in the Indian Revenue Service, both in India and overseas. Before I step into other issues on how to improve the sports administration, I would like to say one thing, that there is no dearth of either talent, or of resilience, or of food, or anything else in the Indian society. You don't need 1 billion people to be well fed to have one sportsman. You need a system. And believe me, I believe that if you have to give praise to somebody, it has to be given on that person's face. Tell that person that this is what I like about you, this is good about you. Because उससे उस इंसान की इज्जत होती है. I have myself played under, well, not many. I have not been such a great cricketer in my life because I went into engineering and went into study. लेकिन मैंने कई coaches को देखा. We had our own coaches. Believe me, if I were to rate my dearest friend, not because he's my good friend, but because I have seen his coaching, in the top 5 coaches of the world, the gentleman sitting here, Mr. Ahmed Beg, would easily be one of them. There isn't another person like him in this world. And today in the morning also, at 6 o'clock in the morning, I was there and I saw his coaching method.